Hey guys, Randy Hart's here. Say we've got some exciting stuff that is coming down the pipeline that I want to take a moment and prep you about. But first, I want to talk about a principle that I was journaling this morning and was just thinking through and shared with a group this past weekend and so forth. And hopefully you're journaling on a daily basis, putting down your thoughts, your ideas, things like that. It's such a powerful tool. Writing down things that you're thankful for. Gratitude is something that just really opens you up to more of life. So as I was sitting down journaling this morning, just kind of the thought that came to me was, how did I end up where I'm at? Many of you guys know our story. 10 years ago, started out living in our in-laws basement. We had nothing at all. Prior to that, I was a national champion bodybuilder, owned a gym, kind of had success on the outside, lost absolutely everything. And so being in a position where, you lose everything and have nothing, and now 10 years later, kind of rebuilding and by the grace of God, still married to my wife, Melissa, kind of rode through all that stuff together and been incredibly fortunate with some great relationships and great businesses and so forth. Just reflecting on a lot of that, it's the end of the year and New Year's resolutions right around the corner. And so just really going, how did we end up here? How did we make some of those changes and so forth? And there's two books that are really principles. One's called The Slight Edge. I think Jeff Olson wrote that. And another one's called The Compound Effect. And I'll post links to those. I think The Compound Effect is maybe a little better, well-written, out of the two. That's a guy named Darren Hardy, who is the founder of Success Magazine. And they just talk about the daily things that we do, that the choices we make on a daily basis, that over time, they basically compound, again, build up over time. And that is, wherever you're at in life, whether it's in your fitness, in your personal relationships, whether it's with a spouse or with your children or parents, in your finances, in your faith, in any of the key areas, your mindset, all of that stuff is the end result of the daily disciplines and the daily choices and habits that we all make along the way. And one big thing that I know that we all struggle with, I struggle with it myself, is a lot of us are resistant to change. So we might see something that we want, see a different future for ourselves, but we've got to do some different things along the day, along the way in our daily habits and routines and so forth to get there. I mean, it seems pretty simple, but a lot of times we're resistant to that change. We want external circumstances to change. I know, obviously I'm a fitness guy, so I can always relate it to that, but somebody that wants to drop, say, 20 or 25 pounds of body fat, or whether it's adding lean muscle or whatever, and then coming up with external excuses like, I can't find time within my workday to get my meals in. Well, I'm 42 years old. I started competitive bodybuilding at 18. I've eaten 5 or 6 meals a day. Not always just food meals, but sometimes shakes or whatever. You got to do what you got to do. I've got 3 kids. I've got a wife. I've got a couple businesses. And so we're busy just like everybody else, but it's just making that a priority and making those some different habits and so forth. So change can happen. So hopefully you're understanding that concept of the day-to-day disciplines and how those compound over time. And, I'll give you one example. If you're a person that maybe, sets your alarm for the last second to be able to get up out of bed and then hit snooze 2 or 3 times, you got to fly through the shower. You don't have any quiet time whatsoever in the morning. You're flying into work, maybe right on time or maybe 2 or 3 minutes behind schedule. You don't have any food brought with you. And then your whole day is kind of, it's just this flurry of putting out fires and you never feel gathered because you started out that way and it just kind of compounds again over throughout the day. You don't have a mid-morning snack. Somebody maybe goes to Burger King or wherever for lunch and says, hey, you want me to grab you something? And so you cave in because, again, you don't have that food and stuff ready for you. Then by the end of the workday, instead of going to work out, you're too exhausted because, again, it's just this flurry of craziness all day long and not putting good nutrition in and so forth. Then instead of going to the gym because you have no energy, you end up driving through some fast food joint, going home, kind of disconnecting from life, watching Netflix or your favorite, TV show or whatever, getting to bed too late. And then the whole process starts over again. And now you compound that, a day turns in a week, turns into a month. And over time, we can't figure out why we're not further along than we should be in our fitness and maybe in our career path and in every area for that matter. So there's got to be change involved in there, and getting up a little bit earlier, going to bed a little bit earlier time, putting some good quality nutrition in, and that's all change stuff. And so the thing I'm most excited about is what we've got coming down the pipeline. It'll be announced here next week. This is just kind of a teaser for it, but we've got an unbelievable program that we're going to be launching that's going to help you in the process of change. Yes, cover nutrition and exercise and so forth, but we're also going to delve into this mindset piece and really coaching you through a lot of that stuff. So keep an eye out for it. It's going to be awesome. And it's really going to make an impact in your life. And we're feeling challenged in putting the thing together and excited to roll it out. So with that, have a great day and make some different choices today so you can have a different future.